Hey y'all, my name is Carly,
And I'm Trevor.
and from the title, today we are going to be talking about how we afford it to get married in college. Because I know y'all might be thinking, whoa, you're 19, you were only, how old were you when you got married, 21?
Just turned 22.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we were babies. We're still babies. But you guys might be thinking, how did you do that? Like, I'm dating this girl, I'm dating this boy, and I would love to get married to them, but I just can't even imagine what finances are like. So, right now, we're just going to talk about how we afford it and what that looked like leading up to our marriage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after my first year of college, I got an internship. Lucky me. Not many people are lucky to get an internship after freshman year, but I got an internship, and after internship, I wasn't actually sure if I want to go back to college.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked that internship if I can work there for the entire year, and if I could just, see if I want to go back to college, see if I wanted to stay in that industry. So if I did go back to college, I could know if I wanted to switch my major or stay my major. So I did the whole year, and during that year, I was making more money than I ever really had, mainly because of my first job. Really wasn't even making that much. It was only like 14 an hour. So I was making like 14 an hour, and I would bring home probably around $700-800 every 2 weeks. So from August to December, I just saved all of my money up, and then when the new year hit, I realized that I really just need to start investing my money. So since I was living with my parents at the time, I took literally like 95% of my money and I just invested it. And that investment was able to grow.
I got myself a money man.
Yes. So so I really suggest that you guys want to get married young, then you definitely have to invest your money, because when I started to invest my money, I was able to keep on making money not only after I left work, but even when I returned to school the next year, that money was growing for me during class while I was sleeping. Just pretty much my money was working for me instead of me working for my money. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So during that year when I was going back to school, that's when Carly actually started beauty school.
Yes. So Trevor did go to school. I went to college for a year and I realized, okay, this is not for me. I really think that this is such a waste of time and a waste of money. So I ended up dropping out of college and I decided that hair was my passion. So I ended up going to beauty school and oh my word, that was like the best 9 months of my life. But during that time, I was able to collect tips and I ended up working 2 jobs. So while I was in beauty school, I was also working at a hair salon, being an assistant there, and also I was a hostess at a restaurant. So I was able to have 2 jobs, and before I met Trevor, oh my word, guys, I would spend money on anything and everything. I am a true believer in treat yourself. Hashtag. So I would just go out and just buy whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, because I was single in my head and I was able to buy whatever I wanted at the time because I lived at home. But after meeting Trevor and realized that he was the least materialistic man I've ever met in my whole life, really made me look within myself, and I realized that these things are so stupid and they don't give any worth to my life. So meeting him and being with him, I realized the importance of saving your money and not spending it on materialistic things in this world. So I ended up saving all the money I made from the hair salon, from the tips I made in beauty school, and also at the hostess at the restaurant. So over time, my money just kept collecting and kept collecting. And I think that was the best thing I could have ever done, because my other friends in school, they were just going out, drinking every weekend, partying, just buying all different things. And I just sat in my chair and I was like, nope, I can't go out shopping today. It was hard, but now looking back, I definitely realized how worth it was, because in my head, the second I met Trevor, it was instant. We were dating for 5 months before we got engaged. So we kind of just knew that we were meant for each other. And I realized that, okay, if we want to go to the next step and if we want to get married, then we both need to start saving. So that's just what we did.
Yep. So after we started saving, around December of my sophomore year, after we were dating for around 5-6 months, I realized that I was going to marry this girl. So because I invested my money and my money was growing for the whole entire year, from that January to the next December, I was able to use that money to not only buy my wife a wedding ring and engagement ring.
It's nice. He did good, y'all.
So I was able to get her a ring, but we was also able to pay for a small wedding for us to get married that following July.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that wedding saved us. So funny about our wedding was we were planning to have a wedding, invite all of our friends and all of our family. And y'all, I just got so stressed with wedding planning. I was in school, like I said, I had 2 jobs. We were both living at home, and like I just had like no time to do anything. And my parents kept pressuring me that you need to do this and you need to do that. Like, let's have your wedding here, let's have it there. And I was just like, you know what? Like, I can't do this anymore. So we had our wedding invitations in the mail, and I just received them. And 2 days later, I was like, okay, I'm just canceling this wedding. So I ended up canceling it, which worked out because no one from our guest list got their invitations anyways. And we ended up eloping, which was the best thing ever. We found a really
Destination wedding.
destination wedding, as he likes to say, I guess, because we did have family there, so it wasn't a true elopement. But right now we live in South Carolina, and we found a really cute mountaintop in North Carolina, and we got married on the mountain. And he had his brother and sister and his parents there, and my parents were there. So it was just a very beautiful, special moment, very intimate and special between the two of us. And that wedding cost less, with the photographer and the pastor and everything, cost less than $2,000. So we saved a buttload of money with not having a wedding, and even to this day, I will never go back. I think weddings are such a waste of money. I bought my dress at David's Bridal for like $150, y'all.
And it was gorgeous.
Yeah, he liked it.
I like it.
So that is what we did, and I don't know, like I just definitely think eloping, or destination wedding, as Trevor likes to say, is the best way to go.
Yes. So my advice to you guys, and if you guys don't want to get married in college, I would say you need to have a strong work ethic. You know, if you can't afford to take a year off like I did, then I know you have time to work while going to school, because I'm in school right now and I still work, and all my money I'm just saving because that money I have invested, that's still able to pay for our bills and everything even 2 years later. So I'm still able to work now, and I'm still to use all the extra money to invest for after I graduate, and then maybe if we want to buy a house in the future, we'll already have a head start.
Yeah.
So definitely want to invest your money. You definitely have to work, and you need to have your money working for you, because even when I'm in class, even when I'm sleeping, even when I'm spending time with my wife, my money is still working for me and growing. So that's my advice for you. Do you have any advice for them?
Yeah. My advice is you, women especially, do not get distracted by any shiny things in the store, or anything that smells good. I know you don't need a plant. I know you don't need a candle. So you just have to have that self-control. I know I'm the queen of window shopping. Like, there are days where, like, if I have a day off, I'll tell Trevor, like, oh, I'm going out shopping today, and I'll only come home with one thing, and I'll spend all of that time just window shopping and gawking over something that I could have. But I realized at the end of the day, like, you really need to start thinking about what your end goal is. And I know our end goal is, like, we want to have children. I dream about being a mother. So I need to start thinking about my family. And every time you swipe that credit card or send in that cash, just know, are you doing this for yourself, or are you doing this for your family? And I think that's when my mindset started changing, when I started thinking about the bigger picture and I didn't think about myself anymore. And before I met Trevor, I only thought about myself, like, let's be real. So being with him and now talking about having children in the future, like, I'm definitely thinking about what it truly looks like to be a family, and how I want my children to have things that I didn't when I was younger. So every penny that I earn, I save it for us, not for me. So I don't even get upset anymore that I can't buy things. Like, it's okay. I know it's just a season. I'm sure that when we do become more successful in our careers, and when he graduates in May of this year, then we'll be better off with our budgeting and with our finances. But right now, it's just a season, and it's the bigger picture that counts. So it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So my advice to you is, if you are thinking about getting married and you are still in college, like, just think about what your end goals are, and just stick to that, and tell yourself that, you know what, I can't be thinking about me anymore, and you have to be selfless in that area.
Yep. Well, yeah. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
And until next time, thank you. Love you guys.
Love you. Bye, guys.